I
This
want you to.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So in reference to the Every Life Foundation scholarship, the for the change that you and I discussed about how sarcoidosis is supposed to be listed on the NIH website for rare diseases, are they going to make that change or what are they going to do about it?
Okay, well, a couple things because we just recorded it where the hashtag rare is scholarship is available to anybody with a rare disease. Just need to apply.
Mute Rebecca for a second.
Far as one of the things that Regina brought up is that if you look, they have two sites that they have recommended for guidance for rare diseases. And if you go to NORD, sarcoidosis is not listed as a rare disease. And if you go to NIH, the GARD part of their rare disease, they have in italics that sarcoidosis is not a rare disease. I spoke with the person who was running the scholarship, and they said apply because it's considered a rare disease in other places, and there is no absolute authority on what is clarified and that they're using for this. I mean, they're using those as a reference, but it's not a deal breaker. So if you apply, you put down sarcoidosis, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
I have. This week, I actually contacted NIH, called them up, just figured what the heck. I just called them up and I mentioned that I started talking to them about sarcoidosis and how it's listed. And she said that they were going to look into it because right now they're redoing their website, and that I made a good point because there's a lot of diseases that are broken down into parts. So it made sense that sarcoidosis could be as well. And I suggested that they, either break it down to be chronic sarc and non-chronic, or they could break it down into cardiac sarc and pulmonary sarc and all these different categories as a way for us to continue to get the criteria, the designation as of rare. So she is going to bring this up with whatever powers that be. She will get back to me. So I haven't heard back yet. In addition to that, I actually sent an email. I spoke with Angela from FSR and about that and other issues because I want them to promote the burden study, the scholarship, and blah, blah, blah. But I brought that up, and I told her that I had called NIH, and I sent an email following up with that, saying that I had contacted NIH, asking for a different designation, and if FSR could contact them and support this would be great because it would have, their support behind, making sure that we still have that designation would help everything from research to funding to so many different things. So I sent that email today as well. So I will keep you all posted on any feedback I get from that. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Cool.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's going to be a few of us that are going for that. So that's a positive.
No. And then because we started the recording later, I'm going to mention the burden study that Every Life Foundation is doing to get the data on the burden, the cost burden of disease for rare diseases. So we want everyone to fill it out. The deadline is soon. It's next week. So we want everyone to fill out the survey. And sarcoidosis is not listed as one of the diseases, but there's other, and you can write it in. So by all means, fill it out. It takes about 45 minutes, and you need your financial information, but this will be a great resource for not, for all rare diseases, but especially for sarcoid, because we need more recognition. We need more awareness. The more people we get in this, the better the possible feedback for researchers to look at that and say, oh, look how many of them responded. Maybe we could do a study there or look into it. So everybody responding is very important. And I will put a link to both the scholarship and the burden study on Frank's website, the website that we have for this group.
Great. And if we want to tell anybody else to be able to go someplace, and I don't want to send a link, would they look it up on what website?
On Every Life Foundation. Both of those are everylifefoundation.org.
Okay, perfect.
Contact me and I'll tell them.
Yeah, I just hate giving out your phone number. I'd rather give out your Facebook. So
Yeah, seeing them. We don't really want to give out the phone number.
I know it's all about phone numbers. So everybody, I know that Mike is new here, and
Hello.
Rebecca, we've muted you. So I think Frank, I believe as long as she talks, she gets unmuted. Am I correct?
I think she has to unmute herself.
I don't know that she can do that because she's in a car.
There
No,
she
no,
goes.
I'm home now. Yeah.
Oh,
So is
okay.
it called Every Life, or is it one? Or
It's one word, Every Life.
oh, okay.
Okay. So I
Harry,
do want to.
you're muted. Harry, you're talking and you're muted.
Can you
Every
read my
Life
letter?
do Rare Disease Week. So it's Every Life or RDLA. Both of them will connect you to, I mean, this is a Every Life program, but RDLA is a program of Every Life. Whatever you're familiar with.
Right.
See me now. I'm hiding from everybody.
Frank, where are you
Yes.
going?
Hiding.
Oh,
I
he's
know.
frozen.
Frank, hi. I want to see you.
Who just said that? Wendy or Rebecca?
Rebecca.
Well, then we need to see you.
You can't see me. I'm right here.
No, why don't we try turning on our camera?
Oh wait. Oh, there you go.
Mary's
Right
laughing at me.
here I am. Can y'all see me?
No.
You
Anybody?
can't.
No.
Oh
Unless
wait,
I
I got
lost
to
my
view
eyesight.
all. Wait, view all.
Don't crash though. It's not worth it.
Right. Huh. Oh wait. I can see all you. Can you see me now?
Nope.
How about now?
Nope.
Maybe I gotta turn my camera around. Nope, you can see my kitchen.
Nope.
Nope.
We can't see
Oh.
anything. We cannot see a thing.
All we see
Oh
is
man, you're missing my hot body. No.
No kitchen, no kitties.
what was that, Kevin?
No kitchen, no kitties. No kittens running around either.
I don't see Wendy either. So,
I see all of you.
well, that's nice.
You see Wendy?
How come we
They just had a thunderstorm,
Yeah, we're gonna get hit here in Albany.
so she might have gotten knocked off.
Are you in New York also, Kevin?
No, I'm in Philadelphia,
Okay.
and we don't have one of these yet.
All right, everybody. So we do have a new person. His name is Mike. He's from North Carolina, as you can see from his name plate down there that Frank did. Mike, do you want to tell us a little bit about you? This is Kathleen again.
Okay, Kathleen. Yeah, I had no indication that I had sarcoidosis until October of 2016 when I went into a massive ventricular tachycardia, and was very fortunate to have survived. And they thought, at first, they thought that I had a different disease because of how my heart had been shredded up. They said it was and I think this is the miracle. They said that when they did the angiogram, they said I had wide open arteries like an 18-year-old, no blockages, nothing, but something had shredded up my heart. And so then it took about 3 months, but they ultimately found out that via PET scan and biopsy that I had sarcoidosis, and it was very aggressive, going from 5 to 55% of my right ventricle in 10 weeks. But I've been on a lot of everything that I heard discussed earlier. I long time on prednisone and methotrexate, and I'm sure everybody has these stories. Lots of side effects. Methotrexate gave me stage 3 liver fibrosis and spleen fibrosis, and also hemolytic anemia and all sorts of fun side effects. The thing that worked most awesome was Remicade, and I loved my infusions, absolutely loved them. Was on them for a couple of years, and then I developed a horrible allergy to them. Shut down my breathing, and had to be rushed off during an infusion to the hospital. They've did a step down to Humira, but in fact, right now I'm in bed just in pain today because the Humira isn't really keeping up with stuff. And but otherwise, the heart seems to be doing okay. I have a nice defibrillator built into my chest now as a life insurance policy. And yeah, otherwise, I think things are good. Have a very supportive family and friends. So.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I'm a cardiac SARC person too. This is Mary.
Yes.
Yeah. So I have a defibrillator also. I call her Vivian.
I haven't named my defibrillator yet. I have a full ICD, but I don't like her because at 3 o'clock in the morning she starts hitting me when my heart rate goes to 60, and I'm in deep sleep, and it wakes me up. Other than that, we get along just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So who is Frank? I don't think I've met Frank.
You don't know Frank?
No.
You're kidding. Everyone knows Frank.
How can you
I
not
know.
The whole world knows Frank.
Regina, Frank, Regina. You're both wonderful people.
And there you have it. There you have it. Mike, this is Kathleen again. I have cardiac SARC, and thank you, Mary, for telling me that I was on mute. I try to mute myself as somebody else is speaking just in case my dogs go crazy. So
I got you.
I also have cardiac SARC, but I'm not as advanced as you all. Thankfully, I only have a loop monitor implanted. So, but Mary, I'm learning from Mary. So every time I have a question on cardiac SARC, I'm like, Mary, I'm like typing really quickly.
Can
So,
I ask you guys, how did they determine that? Because I've worn since 2014, I've had issues, and it's progressively over the last few years gotten worse. And I don't know if it was due to having pneumonia. And I'm on a beta blocker, which I'm hearing is not good to be on, causes other issues. But I've worn 3 heart monitors. They know I have some kind of, AFib going on, and my heart rate still goes up to like 140 sometimes. I'll just be sitting around and boom, it shoots right up. And
Me too.
and so Rebecca, for me, it's Kathleen again.
yeah,
They did 2 cardiac MRIs and 2 PET scans. So, and that's how they were able to find out that it was definitely in the cardiac and the heart. Mary, what about you?
For me, it was a lung biopsy that
wow.
they confirmed the lung on the sarcoidosis there, and then based on the fact that I had PET scans and other tests done, they didn't want to biopsy the heart because that's really complicated. So yeah, and I had complete heart block because the granulomas had severed my AV node. So I'm 100% dependent on my pacemaker and defibrillator.
They're going to do a PET scan on me now because I just came back from Cincinnati. I saw Dr. Bachman, and he's scared. There's not a lot of options for me because I have 2 genetic immune deficiency disorders. I have IgG and IgA, which can cause granulomas. It's a very rare case. There's only myself and one other person that they know of. So I'm hoping we'll link more people together to figure out if this truly is coming from maybe more of us having a genetic immune deficiency disorder, where our bodies can't fight all the environmental factors and foods and products we use, being around bacteria and molds. And, I'm not so affected by viruses. I'm very sensitive to bacterias and molds. And I don't know if that's coming from IgG and IgA issue. I don't know. So I can't go on steroids. So that's what happened. I went on steroids. I did Dr. Judson's drug study for Apgar gel, and all hell broke loose for 5 years. I kept getting sicker and sicker, and I was being mistreated by his office. to the point I had to see a cancer doctor. And we're still ruling all that out. So I'll know more after the PET scan or PET scan. So, you know. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
I hate neglect. I'm getting really sick of neglect. And I'm sticking up for us, guys.
You have to advocate for yourself first.
Oh, I am. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Justin knows all about me. He's known about me since 2009. That's why he probably doesn't want to see me. You know, I mean, he wants to see me, but I did have a nice meeting with him the last time.
Was that
I
at the
told,
clinic?
huh?
Was that at the Cleveland Clinic that you went?
Oh, I went there too. No, I've been seeing Dr. Judson's office. So now Dr. Judson is throwing all his patients. He's pretty much just in research. And I don't know why. You know, I used to tell him for years, I've been telling him about Frank and, you know, everyone else. And I go down to, you know, New York and we campaign. And he's like, you go be that cheerleader. I felt like just knocking him right out. I swear, the guy has bad bedside manner.
Frank,
you know.
I'm going to just kind of connect you to Regina because I had met Regina through these online things. And then I met her in person at Rare Disease Week. And she's awesome. She is such a good advocate. She has been representing really, really strong. So you guys should totally know each other because both of you guys are forces.
Regina's the best.
He already knows her.
I know her.
Regina?
She was teasing me.
knows
She was
everybody.
teasing me.
Thank you.
She was teasing me though.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Kathleen's computer shut off.
Uh-oh.
And Regina, I was going to ask you a side note.
You
Did
better
you
not,
get
Kathleen.
fast forward for Rare Video? Did you do one of those?
No, I have not.
Did you do one at Rare Disease Week?
No.
Okay.
No, I thought about doing one. Then I just like, I don't know if I want to be in front of a video yet.
Oh, you look like a natural.
Well, I did do a little video for the Human Library. I don't know if you guys seen it or anything, but
Just pretend they all have their underwear on.
so, but I thought about doing one.
Okay, you can do it next year, assuming we have a in-person.
Now, not with my boss on. Not today.
I like the boss.
Mary, I did do the survey. It wasn't that as long as I thought it was going to be.
Well, that's good to hear. How long did it take you?
About 30 minutes, I would say.
No, so that's good to hear.
Yeah. Wasn't
Can you
bad
guys
at all.
see and hear me now?
No, yeah, I don't.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I do now. Okay.
I gotta see Kathleen. Let me see you. Where's she? Oh, she's down at the bottom. Nope, that's me. I don't recognize
Can't see me yet?
I don't recognize myself. No, where are you?
Hey.
I have myself.
Nobody else
1,
sees
2,
me?
3, 4, 5.
I see you.
have 5 in the picture.
I see Kathleen.
Are you on, Rebecca? Are you on a phone?
Yeah.
That's why they only show a certain amount of people.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what's also funny, Frank, on a phone, which I just is your words come out and then you look like you're in a Chinese film.
Yeah, I'm being dubbed.
You are.
No,
James,
you're
you
being
leaving?
spied on. You're being listened to.
Oh, James is gone.
See? Bye, James.
Hi, James. Dan, how are you doing today?
Hanging in there. How are you guys overall?
Okay. Anything new?
Not so much. Not this week, too much.
All right. How are you doing psychologically?
I come and go. It's day by day for me. I usually have pretty good days, but sometimes I get in little ruts, just like everybody. But for a while there, a couple weeks ago, I was stuck in it for about a week straight, and that's when I expressed to you guys kind of some of the anxiety and stuff that I was dealing with.
Yes.
It's going a little bit better, I would say. So
Okay.
Frank,
Any?
Yes.
how you doing, man? I saw some of your posts about your blood pressure and all types of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's just going crazy lately. I'm going back and forth. I mean, I went to the doctor yesterday, and they took my blood pressure. The first one was 138 over 111, and then they took it 15 minutes later. It was 157 over 99. And they have no clue what's going on. Of course. So, what else is new?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just go with it at this point.
Oh,
They
right.
actually check my kidneys because they think I might have some problems with my kidneys that may be, making my blood pressure go up.
You're gonna
So
have your thyroid looked at too, because thyroid can cause your blood pressure to go up.
yeah, I had that done just recently. Yeah, that's why. So this is the last thing they could figure out. So they did a Doppler first, and then see if there's any problems there, and then we'll go from there. But at this point, the way my body is, it's gonna be really hard to figure it out. So, but it is what it is. I just like the bad thing for me is like I'm so fatigued. I mean, the last 2 days, all I've done is sleep, and that's not me at all. I don't, especially during the day. I don't sleep much at all during the day. I was yesterday I went to the doctor and came home. Well, first before I went to the doctor, because I had a doctor at 4, I slept most of the day. Went to the doctor, came back, fell asleep about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and same thing today, sleep. So something going on. They don't know if it's the reaction also from COVID. So that's the other problem. And if it is, then they definitely won't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where kind of ride it out and let it go. And just I cut it off, not doing any work. Kind of just let it ride out until it's done. And hopefully, I mean, I've been through these before, so it's just one of those. You just gotta ride it out, like I said. But thanks for asking. I see Rick has arrived.
I see. So a couple of things. Mary, if everybody's part of the chat. Oh, somebody's dog. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
No.
So if everybody can see in the chat, Mary has put up 2 different links. One for the everylifefoundation.org for the burden study. And then the other one is for the Life Enrichment Scholarship. So in case any of you are thinking about going back to school, even in the fall, that's something definitely to get a hold of. $5,000 is nothing to sneeze at nowadays.
Oh God, I know, right?
Just for clarification,
That's amazing.
the scholarship is for the spring semester. So you apply now to get the money for that. And the scholarship is going to be run for 5 years.
Hold
So if
on,
you're not quite ready,
Mary, hold on one second. Rebecca, could you just mute yourself again?
Oh yeah, sorry.
For me, thanks. I'm sorry, Mary, I couldn't hear you.
that's okay. The scholarship's going to be around for 5 years. The first, when you apply now, this is the pilot year, then that is going to go towards your spring semester, spring 2021. But we're going to have it going for about 5 years. So if you're not quite sure what you want to take, or, you can do it for one course, you could do it for a whole semester, whatever. It's $5,000 to spend on educating yourself on anything your heart desires.
Hey, Frank, that means I could take more grant writing courses.
I know. You and me both, Kathleen. I need some help with that too. And I apologize to you guys because I meant to include it in the reminder. I put it in my notes to include in the reminder and I forgot, but I'll include it in the next reminder.
You know what, Rick? I am going to be taking a course starting September 3rd. I'll send you the information. It really wasn't that expensive. It's an 8-week course for grant writing.
All right. Okay.
So I will definitely get your information from Frank and I will send it to you.
Okay.
We can go
Okay.
together. We could do homework together. Woo!
Yeah, Kathleen, I'd like to see that.
Just, yeah.
Rebecca, remind me on Facebook. Shoot me a message, okay?
I will. Thank you.
All right. And Mike, I want to just go back to you for a second. Oh, rewinding. So everybody, please take Mary's information down, anything that she's put up in the chat, because it is super important for everybody. And Mike, I think I can speak for everybody here. I can give you my last name. Please Facebook us. You can reach out to us at any time. Does anybody have any problems with Mike or Dan or Kevin or anybody reaching out?
Nope. You can even get my phone number. You can call me anytime, day or night.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. So Mike, really, it's important, you know, when we are a community. So
Mhm.
one of the things I want to rewind to back, since Mary's done hers, I want to rewind to Frank with his high blood pressure. So I was looking up Frank. Remember what I told you I wanted to speak about tonight was laughter and smiling and stuff like that. Because most people, similar to Mary and Regina, we usually always smile. And you know what? Life really sucks. Let's all be 100% honest. But just seeing a smile makes you want to smile. And believe it or not, there's actual proof that it does lower your blood pressure. Even more than that, laughter does. So my goal to all of you, all right, you all have Frank's information. I know you all do. I don't care if you have the stupidest joke in in the whole wide world. I want you to get that man to smile, and you each of you have to hit him every single day until we hear, yeah, Frank, go for it, until we hear his blood pressure is back down to a semi-normal. Um, you know, my husband takes things so seriously, and I was cooking him dinner. I don't eat fish. In case any of you don't know, I'm allergic to fish. It sends my inflammation system through the roof. I was tested for it numerous times through IgG and IgA tests. So with that in mind, I set him a timer. He set so I always put up 400 degrees for 20 minutes for whatever I'm making. So I said, hey, Google, I went to set a timer, and he said something just really, really stupid. And Frank knows me, I have this kind of relationship. So I don't know if you even all can see this, if I can get it up to the camera. Can anybody see that?
Yeah.
Timer for
Was
19 minutes.
what? Okay. So, right, it says, because my husband is stupid. Because I literally said, hey, Google, set 20-minute timer because my husband is stupid. And it literally put it on there. Frank, I'm going to send it to you, okay? Because I was hysterical. Did anybody know Google could do that?
No, we're going to
I
send Frank
name the
jokes for that.
timer, right.
So, you know, it's super important, one, to smile, two, to laugh. I had tears pouring down my face before because I just thought it was absolutely hysterical that Google could even do something like that. So, Frank, I'm sending it to you so you'll have a memory of that for when everybody keeps bothering you. So, does anybody have any stupid jokes to tell?
No, but I'll tell you something funny that I've been doing lately since the corona, and I've been isolated with no one here. Just my animals. We've become very good friends, and they're starting to talk back. But I find myself going out in public places, like literally having chats with myself. And people look at me and I just start laughing.
Well,
Like,
I always knew you were crazy anyway, so
I
it
know.
makes no
Well, I said I
difference.
either have a brain tumor or I am crazy. So
That,
I'm hoping I'm
no,
just crazy.
yeah, I think it's just crazy, Rebecca. It's all good. It's not a big deal. So, Dan, come on, you must have some sort of joke.
I'm boring today, guys. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
can't even. I definitely can't think of jokes on the fly. I'm horrible at that. So I'll just
okay.
mute myself.
Okay. So,
I'm pleading cognitive issues.
I was going to say that. Amen. Yeah.
so Wendy says she has trouble smiling since she's had a stroke, but that's okay, Wendy. You could have your eyes smile. All right. You know what? We all have these masks on now. So the only way people know I'm smiling is 9 out of 10 times I'll wear my glasses like this and you can see the crow's feet over here. So then you know I'm smiling. So, right, Rick? So, Wendy's trying to tell us a joke here. So let's all try and guess. Where do sick boats go to get healthy?
Doc. The doc?
Who said that, Rebecca?
Yeah.
You're too smart. Wendy, she's too smart for us.
Sorry.
That's okay. So,
Okay, who's Tom Torp?
oh, I think we have somebody new.
Is that a joke? Or is that a real person?
Very funny, Wendy. When a doctor makes a mistake, it's best to bury the subject. I hope not. I don't want to be buried. Oh my God. You know what, guys? It really is important. You have to take every single day. You know, I used to be so serious. Frank, do you remember that person? Yeah. Am I that serious anymore? It's
You're
like,
funny. Frank's just shaking his head.
it's not just my face, though. That's funny. So, let's see. Is that
I
Tom?
was never serious.
Yeah,
Tom?
yes.
Hi, Tom.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Kathleen. How are you?
I'm okay.
Where are you from, Tom?
Chicago.
Chicago. Well, welcome. Is this the first time you're joining us?
Yes.
Okay. So I'd like us to introduce ourselves, if you don't mind, because I think Mike also should get a short introduction from all of us, if you don't mind. So if you could just do like 60 to 90 seconds. So that means you, Rebecca, 60 to 90 seconds. Otherwise, I'm muting you. Ha! Mary's
So
hysterical.
I should go first, right?
Yes, you go first because then
I'm
I
just
can mute
kidding.
you. You ready?
Okay, I'm
Go.
Rebecca Bellagio from Albany, New York. I've had sarcoid for 18 years. Now I'm going to mute myself.
That was great, Rebecca. I think she's really having difficulty because she's talking to all her animals now. Actually, I think she's having dinner, but that's beside the point. So, Frank, you are the illustrious leader here. Would you like to say hello?
Hi, my name is Frank Rivera. I'm one of the moderators of this great chat room. I've had sarcoidosis. I was diagnosed in 2011. I probably had it at least until 2004, and I'm from Long Island, New York.
Thanks, Frank. Kevin, would you like to say where you're from and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's Kevin. I've had sarcoidosis diagnosed in 2010. I've probably had it for 40 years. I have it in my lungs, in my heart, and probably several other places. We'll find out later when we do another PET scan. I'm from Philadelphia, and I dislike this disease very much, but it is what it is, and I live life one day at a time now.
Thank you, Kevin. Regina, my love, my boss lady.
My name is Regina. I'm one of the moderators for the support group. I live in Indiana. I've been diagnosed since 1994. This is the most crappiest I've ever felt ever in my entire life, but it is, like Kevin said, it is what it is. And I do all kinds of advocating. And I'm working on my second master's.
What is your second master's on, Regina?
Communications.
You are fantastic, girlfriend. So you need that scholarship. I won't go this time. I'll wait till spring.
I need that scholarship just to finish because I'm paying right out of pocket for this second master's.
Yeah, so you go for it first. I'll go for it in the spring. Got it. Mary, would you like to say hello?
Sure. I'm Mary Morlino. I live in Maryland. I'm originally from Boston, and I let's see, I got diagnosed in 2014, and probably had it for many years before. My first episode was 2007, and I also work for the Every Life Foundation for Rare Diseases.
Thank you, Mary. Wendy, I know you keep giving me jokes, so I promise I'll read them in a little while, but would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody. I'm just here getting knowledge.
Well, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from?
I'm from Rochester, New York, which is upstate New York.
And how long have you known that you've had sarcoidosis?
7 months.
And how are you feeling?
Right now I'm feeling really good. I wasn't last night and for the last 2 days since my infusion with the Remicade.
But now you're feeling better today?
Yeah, because of Tylenol.
Thank God for
Drinking
Tylenol.
water. But like I always say, nobody tells me anything until I go through it, and that's why I go to all these support groups trying to get knowledge, because I can't get anything from any of the doctors because there is no knowledge here for neurosarcoid. It's just basically for your heart. There's a lot of people here, they have their heart or pulmonary.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Dan, would you like to say hello?
All right, I didn't know if I was muted or not, so I was kind of humming to myself. All right, Dan Batten, St. Peters, Missouri, 35 years old. I had a half-ass diagnosis this year. I have granulomas in my spleen, kidneys, liver. I've been eating fast food 4 times a week until January of this year. And then I was diagnosed with diabetes in beginning of March. And since then, well, actually since January, between the sarcoidosis and dieting, I've lost somewhere around 60 pounds. So,
Amen.
it's good and bad at the same time. It's good for the diabetes that I have it under control with diet right now. But my blood pressure was high too, similar to Frank's a couple months ago, and then I think that's better with medicine and diet now too. But I don't know, it's just a struggle, and I'm young. Sometimes I feel like like I make myself out to be a victim, and in my head I dwell on it. But I don't know. I'm hoping for better days, and I hope there's a future ahead of me. And I've been unemployed for 4 years off and on. I'm a web designer, but I've been watching my kids full time. I got a boy, 1 and 3,
Hey,
beautiful
Dan.
wife, and just hoping for the best. So,
Dan, I have a question. How old you say you were?
35, 36 into this month.
That's how old I was when I was diagnosed. I will be 60 this year. So you just know that you do have a future. And look at me. I went back to school. I got associates. I got my bachelor's. I got a master's. I'm working on my second master's. So just know you're looking at someone, because I needed to be positive for my life. And I raised 2 daughters. I have a daughter that's now 40, who will be 41 next year. And my baby girl just turned 35 yesterday. And let me tell you, you have a lot to look forward to. So keep your head up. And if you ever want to talk to me, I'll throw you my phone number into that thing. You can call me anytime.
Well, thank you very much.
I'm serious. I'll just send it to you right now. You got a lot to look forward to.
Another thing I've been dealing with well, actually I haven't dealt with it, right? But I was really close to my mom growing up. I was the youngest of 3 siblings, well, 2 siblings and then me. So we were very close, but she passed away at the end of 2018. I pushed it aside, never dealt with the grief. And then once COVID hit, it's really hit me hard. So,
Yeah, my pops passed away in 2018, so I already know. I know how you're feeling. Okay, I understand. So I'm still missing him as well too.
and normally I don't complain, but like this, it comes out in times like this when I have people to listen to, and I guess because typically I don't walk around talking about personal things, to strangers. So anyway, thank you guys.
You are not alone, and we are not strangers.
I was going to say, who are the strangers here?
Yeah,
I know.
seriously.
I am
Guys,
strange.
I think one
but
of
I'm
these
not
not
times we
you.
strange.
should all
I'm
have a
gonna
good
go.
cry together. I was like that Friday. I cried for a day and a half. My eyes were so swollen shut.
Yeah, we may be strange, but we're definitely not strangers, if that makes any sense. And I'm glad to see you smile. Mike, I also know you're new, similar to Tom. So did you want to just introduce yourself? Because Tom didn't hear it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Again, Mike Callahan. I live in North Carolina. I've lived a little bit of everywhere, thanks to the military, and lived up in Staten Island, New York for 5 years, and originally from Texas, and lived in Oklahoma and just about everywhere. I discovered I had sarcoidosis by a nice, wonderful ventricular tachycardia, and thank God they got me an ICD quickly, and a few weeks later were able to diagnose the sarcoidosis. They thought it was lymphoma as fast as it was growing, and that's why they did the biopsy. But it did turn out to be, of course, sarcoidosis. The initial meds that they put me on trashed everything physically for me. I never had thyroid issues, and now I have thyroid issues. The prednisone melted the cartilage in my throat, and I have now something called tracheobronchial malacia, where my trachea can collapse. And I mean, I got stage 3 liver fibrosis and hemolytic anemia and all these things because of the meds. But one of the things I love Duke, and they were very honest, and they said, listen, we're going to put you on some of the most toxic stuff, but it's the only thing that's going to keep you alive. And they were right, and everything they've said is unfolded like they said it would unfold. I'm on I guess I'm in dormancy right now, but I hate the pain. I hate the waves of pain that just come constantly. I found that sitting in a hot tub helps a lot. That and Tylenol has been absolutely wonderful. And I feel that I'm very, very fortunate that I have a wife and kids who have been 100% supportive during the whole thing. In fact, I think that's why one of my daughters has chosen to go into nursing, because she has been there. She's been the one that's taken me to the ER a few times. Spent a month in the hospital with sepsis and had to have my ICD removed and then put back in because of it's been an interesting trip since 2016, diagnosed 2017, but you know, still breathing, and I appreciate groups like this, and I've enjoyed the forums on Facebook, but actually talking to people, that's pretty special. So I appreciate this.
And thank you, Mike. Tom, as you can see, I mean, this is just a small group. My name is Kathleen. I'm also one of the moderators. Frank was not feeling up to it today, so I said I would be here. I knew Mary and Regina would probably be here if I fell down on my face, and they would pick me up and dust me off and just go along my separate way. I too have been diagnosed with sarcoidosis, so I could just say the two places that I do not know that it is yet is kidneys and eyes. So every other organ inside my body is affected at this point. I don't have a defibrillator, but I do have a loop. Or we laugh at you. Haha. Oh, you're gonna laugh at me. Yes, I know. As soon as I trip, you're gonna laugh. And Frank, that is definitely for you. So I'm sorry. I was reading something that Frank put up on the side. I've been definitively diagnosed since age 42. I'm now 55. A lot's changed in my world too, just like everybody else. So I'm on disability now. I'm not really working any longer. But it's okay, because then I get to be part of Mary's life and everybody else's life. So I think of it this way. This is my new family. We can talk. We know each other's heartaches. We know the pain. And I agree with you, Mike. The pain is unbelievable. I get it. And I wish there was a way we could all make that go away. I really do. Does anybody have, other than laughter, because Tom, before you came, we were talking about laughter. And Wendy's still putting up jokes, by the way, on the side, guys. If you can read anything, please read her jokes, because some of it I just want to laugh at. It's hysterical. We do put up a chat. Tom, you can take down any of our phone numbers if you have any problems. Mike, I don't know if you're able to see them or not. If you're not, then really Facebook me. My last name is Terrano, TERRANO, and I can get you the phone numbers. I'm sure anybody who's putting it up will not have a problem with it. So, what did I just say before that?
Kathleen, can I just say something very quickly? Because I've got to run off into another meeting that I'm co-moderating. But,
Yes.
I love this group. You guys are always so warm and welcoming. And it is always a pleasure just to drop in and to listen to you. And, Regina's invitation to Dan just warmed my heart. And Dan, don't stand on ceremony, take her up, because it is really hard sometimes to allow yourself to discuss these issues. And that's what these groups are for. They're safe spaces where you can actually discuss things which you maybe can't even talk about at home. And that's why we run them. I was going to ask Dan and Mike to please send us your email addresses. If we don't have them, we do send out reminders. I know that Frank does and I do. So if you send us your email addresses, I'll put my address in the chat window. And if you just send it to me, we'll make sure that we get you on the list. And I will make sure that Frank has any addresses that you send to me. You guys are all great, and I'll see you. Whoops, I sent that just to Regina. I didn't mean to do that. Let me try again. Regina has my email address. She has my number. Okay, there you go. So there's my email address. If you don't think we have your email, send it to me. We'll make sure that you're on there. Thank you, Frank. I see it right there. Okay, and thank you, Dan. Okay,
Thank you, Rick.
I'll
Thank
see
you, Rick.
guys next week, I guess. Is it next week or the week after? I can't remember. The fourth Tuesday.
Fourth Tuesday, yes, so the 28th.
28th.
Yes, and thank you, Rick, so much. For anybody who doesn't know, Rick hosts this room, and he has been so generous to offer it to us 3 times a month at this point. So thank you so much for that. So has anybody been reading? Has anybody been reading any of the? I want to go back to the. Does anybody?
Can I just say one other thing? Sorry, Kathleen, I was muted and I couldn't say it. We now have a webinar platform. So if you are in it, Frank, if you're thinking that you want to put on a webinar, which is basically for a much wider or larger group at any time, talk to me. We have a platform and we're training people to use it. So it's complicated. It's not as easy as this GoToMeeting, but it's very powerful. It's very useful. And I think we can host up to 500 people in the room. And it's available to you. Okay, bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So does anybody have any questions today? Tom, did you have any questions?
No, I should introduce myself. I was diagnosed in the mid-70s. I had an open lung biopsy, and it was sarcoid, and I had scarring then. And I've continued to have scarring, and I've gotten along. A couple of years ago, I had to retire. I'm 70 now, and so you can have this a long time, but eventually it catches up with you, and that's kind of where I am. It's I'm in hospice right now because I just have a ton of stuff wrong with me, and it's not going to get better. But that's life. I've lived a lot longer than I thought, so I'm putting my email in and my phone number. And what do you want? What else should I say?
How did you hear about us, Tom?
You were on the Facebook thing today.
Excellent. So I'm glad he saw it from somebody. So everybody keep sharing that, because it's important that, we could have as Rick said, we could have 500 people eventually on here, right, Mary? Yay! Yeah. Frank, you laughed again. Be careful. Your blood pressure might come down lower. Ha. Uh-oh, Dan smiled too. I'm a Weisenheimer. Regina can tell you, and I actually, Regina, I'll say the word. I'm a wise ass. Okay. So, but it is what it is. That's how I'm able to deal with the world and deal with sarcoidosis. So you'll just find your little niche, Dan. And as you can see, Tom was diagnosed, geez, if you're 70 now and you were in the 70s, so let's just go
I was
back.
in my mid-20s. My
Dan?
mid-20s.
Wow. Who
My God,
diagnosed it that
you should write a
early?
book for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm serious, because I don't think I've met anybody who was diagnosed that long ago.
You're a pioneer.
Yeah, seriously.
At the time, they did an open lung biopsy because they thought it was cancer.
Right.
Because that runs in my family, and it was a big thing. So it was a definitive diagnosis, and prednisone took care of it then.
Wow.
Do you know if you ever had sarcoidosis anywhere else, Tom?
Eyes, skin, probably my heart, but and I really wasn't troubled by it until 4 or 5 years ago, and then it flared up, and I had to go through a lot of crap. I've been on oxygen a few times. I'm back on it, and I don't
You
know.
know, it amazes me how much we've struggled, and they still really don't know much, you know.
Right. So, Tom, they don't open us fully up anymore, but they do open us for a lung biopsy. It's, not an easy thing to still go through. So you would think in, X amount of years, they would have come up with some other ideas. Mary's laughing on that one. Sorry, Mary. It's true though. Come on.
Did you? How many of you have it in the lungs, and how many were you opened?
I was opened and lungs.
What do you mean open?
What do you mean by open?
Like for your lungs, they opened up your chest to do your lungs?
No, they
I
open up.
had a
Oh,
bronchoscopy.
Yeah, me
yeah,
too.
Where
Right.
you grab the
No,
peds.
mine
right.
was an open lung biopsy. They
Yeah,
cut my lungs open.
yeah,
Wow. Well,
mine,
yeah.
Rebecca, mine was cut open from my right back breast to the front of the right breast, as well as my right rib cage. I
Oh
had
my.
a port coming out of. Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's
me
how
too.
and they took a size of a quarter out of my
Do you
right
think it's
lung.
because where it was in the lung?
No, it
The
was just
location of
all over
it?
the place, and this doctor swore that I had cancer. He
Right. Right.
staked to me and my husband, he staked his reputation that 99.9% I had cancer. Oh, is that the cat giving you a massage, Mary?
Yes.
That's what it looked like. And it just looked like he was so happy. I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm really looking forward to the PAT scan, because I've never had one all these years, and for years they've been telling me there's spots on my lungs that are not sarcoid related.
The interesting, and I don't know, I'm not an authority on any of this, and Frank could probably tell you better, but as far as a PET scan,
Mhm.
I've already had two. First off, you have to follow the diet completely to a T. All right.
Oh,
Do
shit.
not deviate whatsoever
I didn't even know there was a diet. Thanks
there's
for
a
telling me that.
there's a huge diet to it.
Okay. We'll have to
Um,
talk. I'll call you.
all right, so that's the first thing, and you need to get that from the doctor, and you need to be on it. If I'm correct, it was 48 hours, and then there was something else at 24 hours that I needed to cut out again. I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
remember
eat
what that
much.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I really
No
don't eat
sugar.
much.
any
No
recollection, Mary?
sugar for 48 hours, and then the day before you go in, it's like nothing but water.
Yeah, I don't eat sugar anyway, because I have yeast all the time. I get infections all the time.
Yeah, but that means absolutely no gum, no
Right.
tea, anything
Right.
that even has honey is a
Right.
sugar.
Yeah,
Any
I can't
type
have
of
any of it.
so definitely touch
Cigarette.
base with them for the
I,
pets. The first PET scan came up with it showed pockets in my heart and other places. The second CAT scan took up absolutely nothing. And I said, well, what's the difference? And they said, it depends on whether or not the sarcoidosis is alive in you and battling you, or if it's not.
Right.
So, you know, I liked the cardiac MRI better because I didn't have to do anything for it. And I didn't need, oh, and Rebecca, if you're traveling for the PET scan, like I traveled into the city. Frank is going to laugh at this because he remembers this. I think I called him on the train, but so I went to NYU for the PET scan. I got into a taxi, into the subway, and then I was waiting at the Long Island Railroad in Penn Station, and all of a sudden I was surrounded by cops. They were cute. They were
Oh.
adorable. All right. And they said,
Oh yeah, good way to get attention. Yeah.
we have been following you around for the past 20 minutes. I said, well, I had to go to the bath. Why are you following me around for? And they're like, you're coming up as nuclear. I was like,
Right.
oh, wait, I got this piece of
Oh
paper.
shit.
And I had it in my pocket, and because I was running, it was damp. So now I'm holding it like this.
Oh my God, I love it.
Right,
That's
do you remember that?
hilarious.
But they were definitely cute, you know.
Well,
So
at least you know they're paying attention to that kind of stuff.
you know, they had these things. They showed it to me that were on their chest, like almost like a chest plate, and it
Right.
was
Like
buzzing them. Yeah, and it was buzzing
Oh
them.
wow.
I said, "Oh, did you enjoy that?"
Oh yeah, right. Well, was it vibrating on them?
It was.
I love it.
that's
It's
awesome.
part of therapy, right?
Oh my God.
You know,
Oh, you have no idea what I tell my doctors.
It
Oh,
happened
God.
when I had mine. My tests were also in New York City, and they warned me. They said you need to take this with you because I took the train. They said you can't travel or run in the train or anything. And I'm like, that's crazy. But I had never met anybody who actually did trigger it. So
Guys, let me tell you a funny story. When I had to go have my meeting with Dr. Judson, he was pretty much kind of calling me a liar about having sarcoidosis vaginally and in my bladder. So what I did is I got on my phone and I showed him a picture of it. You should see his face. It was awesome. I go, oh well, I guess he's used to looking at lungs.
you know, Rebecca, I'm not trying to protect him in any aspect. However, realize that very small cases have it, you know, in breast tissue, things like that. So I know that
I know. I'm just one of those lucky ones, you know.
Trust me, I've had 2 breast biopsies
Yeah, I've had
because they
4.
keep saying that I have cancer, and I keep telling them it's sarcoidosis. I have asked them now 2 times, and that's why I won't go for another breast biopsy, to
Right.
test for sarcoidosis, and 2 times they haven't. So
Right. Yeah,
I
I've
do
had 4 biopsies, and you know,
I do believe that it can be in other places, but because they're not taught that, I think that that's a big problem.
Oh, they're just a bunch of fucking idiots. Sorry.
Yeah, that's one reason why I hate going for my mammogram, because I already tell them, look, because I have lymph nodes in my breast. And I'm like, look, let me tell y'all, I have sarcoid in my breast. And then they want to be like, well, we still got to examine you. Okay, I'm letting you know because I don't want to have to come back here because y'all think there's something else going on. I'm letting you know I have enlarged lymph nodes in my breast, and it is sarcoid. So I'm letting you know. So finally, this time, they let it go this time because they said, okay, it's the same as last year. Of course, I got enlarged lymph nodes in my breast, okay? So they let it go. Finally, they believe me. So,
So
but I have, because all of my lymph nodes are all inflamed up in here. My lymph nodes, my lungs, my skin, my whole lymphatic system, in fact, is like just totally damaged. And so now I have all this is inflamed. Everything is up in here. When I get flare ups, you can see the swelling all up in here. And
Have you had your IG levels checked? Your immune system checked?
huh?
Have you had your immune system checked? Your IgG
Yeah.
levels?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm on Remicade right now. And I'm telling you what, the Remicade has been my lifesaver. That's why I was complaining. I don't think you heard me earlier today. That's why I was complaining about. I don't think the medicine is doing what it's supposed to do because it's being shipped from one state to
Oh,
another state to another state, and
right. And,
it's lost its
medicines are very sensitive to heat and cold.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
doing IgG plasma treatment right now, and it's not good.
But I wanted to tell you guys what I was doing this week, what I'm doing here in the state of Indiana. Before we totally get off of the thing, I met with another up and coming politician whose wife has Crohn's disease, and so we met about rare diseases, and he is interested in starting a conversation here in the state of Indiana about rare diseases and bringing about and talking about sarcoid as one of the rare diseases and bringing awareness to our state because there's nobody in our state who's willing to even start talking about it. And he wants to start locally. So we're getting ready to start Facebook talks. And I just wanted to let Frank and you guys know there's a possibility that they may join us at one of our support groups because I have invited them into my Indiana group page already. So, because they want to learn more about rare diseases and they particularly sarcoid as to how it relates to rare diseases. So I just wanted to bring that up just in case you guys see two new people come in and they say they're from Fort Wayne. So if they come into one of our meetings, so so they're just gaining information and they may chip in and they may be somebody who will want to help, like on the level, Mary, of the guy that's in New Jersey.
Mhm.
So that they're wanting to help, even if they don't win in our district or anything like that. They still want to be able to help and bring about changes because they're all about working and understanding the insurance, how it works. They want to be able to help write legislation and start pushing that narrative about the insurance and about rare diseases and about clinical trials and about helping us people, navigate different avenues and stuff. So they may pop up in one of our support meetings, but I think they'll let me know before they do it. They'll let me know when they're going to come in. So now I'll let you guys know ahead of time if they're going to pop up or not. So
Awesome.
I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm like, I'm no matter, even if I'm not feeling good, I'm still working. So
Regina, I
You
think
have to keep your mind busy. Let me tell you. Ugh, you got to keep it.
well, you know what? I still work a full-time job.
Oh my God. I just got approved for disability, guys.
Yeah, I still work a full-time job. I have to. There's no way I can make it on disability or anything like that. I got to work full-time. My other issue is our our insurance, which is Anthem, and where I go get my services from locally, they are not in agreement with each other. So our Parkview system has not signed contracts with our insurance company. So that's going to leave a lot of us employees in the dark right now. So I don't know what we're going to do. And
What
not
kind
only
of
that,
company?
our entire insurance it will be going to HSAs and not regular health plans anymore. So I'm not excited about that. So, and I'm already paying bills from last year, and then I just got put on another payment plan this year.
Well, they can't take blood from a stone, so oh well. You know,
I
keep
mean,
paying
it's
as
just
much as you
crazy.
can.
So,
Regina, what is an HSA?
health savings account.
Yeah.
So my thing is this: who can take money out of their paycheck when they got all these medical bills that they have to pay and put money aside? You know what I mean? Who can
I
do
did,
that?
and I gotta get. They still owe me money. Bet they won't give it to me because I don't work there anymore.
You
Oh,
know,
the system sucks.
who can set that money aside out of their paycheck and put it into a health savings account when they got all these other bills that they have to pay when they already are not making that much money anyway?
Well,
There's
they
no
still
way
have
a faculty nurse, a regular employee can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so now
it's just to help you guys pay co-pays and stuff, you know.
exactly, we still got our co-pays, and so when our insurance starts all over again come January 1st of next year, okay, now it's going to be $6,500.
Right.
First amount of money coming out of my pocket, you know, is going to be $6,500 versus $2,500 in my
Right.
co.
Some companies won't let you roll it over.
I'm like,
It's on
really?
you. Yeah. You got to make sure you check cross every T, dot every I, because some companies, you got to read everything, because sometimes they'll let you set it up like that and they won't let you roll over, you know, your existing amount that you didn't use.
Well, and not only that, okay, who has time to look for new doctors?
Yeah, right. I think we have too many. I have like 43 doctors.
I don't have time.
Right.
So you know, this is one of the reasons why I've not been feeling well these last few days. I've not been doing great because I've been stressed myself because of all this insurance. It's getting ready to come down the pipeline.
I can't blame you for being.
I got to make choices, and I don't know what to do about those choices. You know, they're kind of like out of my control right now. So
That's why I was thinking we need to start more like peer-to-peer advocate with each other, and then really start geographically. Like I'm in Albany, so I can go out and help Wendy in Rochester, but I also want to help fill the gap in between Frank, myself, and Rochester. With
and see,
getting
wait,
people on
but
board.
see, you guys are all in New York. See, there's nothing like that. I don't know anybody else in Indiana. You know what I'm
I'm in
saying?
Illinois.
This is my goal. I'm actually going to get a geographic map and look and get numbers and get and just start filling in the map because it's so crucial for us. If we don't do this part, do this and have it be a really successful end result, you know, we're going to keep falling through the cracks.
Tom, you said something and I missed it. I'm sorry.
I need
I'm in
to.
Illinois. She's in Indiana.
I'm in Indiana. Yes,
Yeah, I'm in Chicago. We're
that's
just
just
north
right
of it.
next. That's right next door.
Yeah.
And Tom, have you ever met anybody else in your going to doctors or friends that has sarcoidosis or any sarcoidosis support groups?
No.
Never.
That kills me.
Are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you in any of the Facebook groups or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found out about this.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. No, but
Frank, do we have anybody in Illinois or Chicago?
That's where FSR is. That's where FSR is.
Geez, maybe they have a little book on telling you where people are. I thought that's what the whole patient thing was when we all signed up.
Actually, Brenda lives in near Chicago.
Brenda Harris?
Harris.
Did you all sign a release saying that they could give you
Hey, yeah,
information?
she's got a she runs a Facebook page too.
Yeah, she has her own page and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could connect Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at least this way you have somebody.
She's had it since the 1980s also.
Wow, really? That's cool.
And Dan, who do you have by you while Frank's looking up the information?
Missouri is
Jackie.
Missouri is Debbie.
I'm in Missouri, yeah. St. Peter's, about 25 minutes outside of St. Louis.
Yeah, Deborah. Remember Deborah?
That's Jackie Pludreau.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jackie's there. That's right. Yep, that's Jackie. Got it mixed up.
Yeah, they don't have a Facebook group, or they have a group, but it's not real active, and they don't have any support groups anymore. I guess she canceled them because not enough people were coming or something.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't even get one here in Albany with Dr. Justin, and he'd had meetings without even inviting me. I'd find out about him and walk in. Huh. Let me tell you, you learn real quick.
So Dan, you had a special guest that was visiting. Who was that?
Yeah, he likes to peek his head. That's my 3-year-old.
He's adorable.
Aww.
Here's
Hi.
here's the 1-year-old.
Oh, my doggy wants to see you. Belly, you want to see him?
Spencer,
Aw.
Spencer, hurry up. Turn around.
Look, there's a baby.
More interested what's in there, Dan. Come
He's
on.
got a little mullet.
Oh, little boy.
Hi.
My dog loves kids. Sorry, Buck. He's on the phone.
I'm sure they make you smile on a constant basis. See what's going on here. Frank, did you put some things in there? Bye, Wendy. Wendy's saying goodbye.
Hi, Wendy.
She said,
Bye,
Dan,
Wendy.
have a good night. Good night, Mike. Oh,
He
Mike.
never said goodbye.
Mike
I
said,
never said goodbye.
you didn't?
No.
Oh, why were you saying,
It's
Dan,
so
have a
funny.
good
Just
week?
we were on here and there were two Wendy's and one of the persons that was Chastity thought it was me that was talking about with you and Kathleen, and it wasn't. It was another Wendy. It wasn't me. It's just so funny. Sometimes you guys talk for me and it's not even me.
Oh, I wonder who that other Wendy was.
Well, she hasn't been on, so
That's weird.
We'll have to give you a nickname, Wendy.
Wendy the Witch.
Oh, stop.
No.
I know, she's bad. I'm going to drive all the way up to Rochester. Actually, I'm coming to Syracuse this weekend.
So Kathleen, I have a question.
I told you she's got to wait
Are you
until this.
guys able to get the sanitizer and the bleach and all that stuff yet in your area?
Nothing.
Are you serious?
Nope. We can't get gloves, masks, Clorox wipes. I got toilet paper.
If I get some, I'll send them to you.
Okay, Clorox wipes and Lysol or any of that is still MIA.
Okay.
Frank, have you seen any?
Wow.
We can't get any Clorox up here or Lysol, but we can get everything else.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? Mary, what about in your area?
I can't get Lysol. I ordered my toilet paper online.
So do I.
So yeah, I haven't been able to get Lysol at all. So, I mean, I do still have some things here, but you know.
Oh, I
Tom,
just got.
Are you guys able to get stuff? Hold up a minute, Dan, real quick. Tom,
Right.
Are you guys able to get stuff in Chicago? Because I know Chicago is hit too.
Yeah, but we've been getting it, and we use Amazon because I can't drive. I can't drive anymore, so it's all on my wife to get stuff. So
Okay.
we order toilet paper through Amazon, and
Dan, Dan, just so you know, I put Jacqueline's name in for St. Louis, and Tom, I put Brenda Harris's name up there so you guys can look for them on Facebook. They're both
on
ambassadors.
Facebook. Okay.
And what were you saying, Dan?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I got 2-ply toilet paper for the first time last week. Jeez.
Are you serious?
So you can break it in half.
It was Scott, right? Scott tissue.
Who said that?
Me.
Rebecca.
Oh,
Oh,
are you
God.
able
God,
to
you
get
guys should hear me when I'm
and all that
high.
stuff
I get
too?
really bad.
All right, you're not allowed to come to the meetings high, okay?
Oh, come on.
I know
You
you
gotta
already.
get a list in our group.
I'd have to mute you on a constant basis.
I know, right? I'm a little hyper, as you can tell.
Well, that's because you've missed us, but that's beside the point.
I know. I do miss you guys horribly. You have no idea.
Yeah. So
I would
Rebecca,
hug you right now.
I mean, Regina, we still can't get anything. I did get toilet paper from BJ's, go figure, Scott's. But for anybody that does ordering online, WB Mason, I think they're in most states, I was able to get toilet paper in the middle of the pandemic. So at least for the New York. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So can you get Clorox wipes, Regina?
But I got a feeling we won't be here pretty soon because we just hit the red zone.
Oh shit.
So make
but see, I have been going places and been stocking up, so I'm pretty well stocked right now. I'm just like, I keep watching the maps, and we finally hit the 50,000 mark. So yeah, I'll probably who gives a crap.org. I gotta look that one up.
Sorry.
Yay, Mary.
So
Silent favorite thing. Look at
That's
the lower
why I
stuff,
ordered
the bottom of
my
the screen.
toilet paper. It's this company called Who Gives a Crap.
Is it really? Is it real?
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I got a case, and 50% of their profits goes to building toilets in places where there are not even toilets. So it's one of those companies that does good, and you get your toilet paper by the case. They also do tissues and paper towels. So
is it all organic? Because I can't even use regular toilet paper, guys. It's terrible.
You are such a pain in the neck. You're not allowed to come into any of our
I'm a
parties.
big pain in the ass. No, I can't use anything with chemicals.
Ah, what a pain. So Mary, I'm definitely looking up that company. I just want to order from it, okay?
Just for the fun of it, right?
Oh yeah, and the thing that's ridiculous is if you order it, the box is hysterical. Like, okay.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I think that's the best thing I've heard ever.
Name it, Mary's taking us.
I can't really see it. Was it a toilet?
No,
it
says nice bum.
And the tissue boxes are really, that piece you pull out of the tissue box?
Yeah.
It says stuff like, you're having a good hair day.
Oh, they're so creative. That's great business. That's great business sense.
Oh yeah, no, you don't get using a tissue, so you're just like, yes, I deserve a donut.
So. You know what? And look how simple that is. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the reasons why I bought the masks that I bought, because they aligned with what what I like to do is give back to the community. And the mask I bought out of Detroit, they were $15 per mask, but I bought 4 of them. But the thing was, they were raising monies to give back to their community because you know what Detroit is like. It's war torn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, this is a good cause. So I bought 4 masks. Plus, it was made by African people. So I'm like, hey,
that's a win-win situation.
It was a good cause, huh?
I love those companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I do too.
Then I told my daughter about it. Her friend, which is from Detroit, dates the person who owns the company. I'm like, okay, really? Really? I'm like, that's just unbelievable. She said, Mom, it's a small world.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank, did you have anything else before we come to a close? He's shaking his head. No. Do we lower your blood pressure even this much? Okay, good.
Frank, you're going to be all right. I've had blood pressures like that. Mine have been like that recently, and my doctor put me on a blue water pill, and guess what? My blood pressures have come back to normal. I've been on that blue water pill for a month now. Because I was having blood pressures like that too.
Bella, no.
All right, but I'm serious, guys. So Frank's always there for us. I know he's been there for me for years, and I've been there for him too. But so everybody has to try to send, even if it's a smiley face, or do a really cheesy, weird face and send it to him. I don't care. You know, you don't need to make a weird face to me, but I always make weird faces, so it's all
Oh,
good.
Frank, I can't wait.
So Frank, you're going to be just I want you to inundate him. Okay? So Frank, you're going to hate me, but I don't care. I want him smiling and I want his blood pressure lowered because we need him around. He's good for the world as well as the rest of us. Good? Good. Mary,
Yeah.
I
He's
know
busy
you can do it.
typing. Look, he's like, yeah, I can see his thoughts are.
He says he'll shut down social media, LOL. He will not. And you all have his phone number and his email.
Yeah.
What now, Frank? You're going to have to go into a cave without anything. And you wouldn't do well then.
I know. He's
I
like,
told
well,
you.
I don't know. Lately, maybe.
I know. He's typing again. Frank, just unmute yourself. It's faster. No. All right. All right. Well, everybody, I want to say good night.
God bless all of you guys. I'm praying hard. Okay.
And please remember to smile multiple times in the day.
Write
Regina,
yourself notes. I've been writing on my mirrors and refrigerators and windows.
good. And Regina, good luck tomorrow. Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good luck.
And everybody, thank you so much. Have a great evening.
You too,
All
guys.
righty. Good
Love you
night.
guys.
Tom, it was great meeting you.
I'll be back.
Be
We'll look
good.
forward to it.
Thank you. Dan,
Mwah.
you
Mwah.
be
Bye,
all
Dan.
Mwah. Until next time.
Yep, from all you big
All right. I'll
sisters.
talk to you, Kathleen. I'll talk to you guys. And Mary, I want to call you too.
Okay, Rebecca.
Questions. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sleep
Bye.
well. Okay.